So this is the fourth section that we are going to cover. How can he remember all those thousands of chess games and still forget the names of people he meets often? So here Ravi was very amazed to find that he often he, he forget the names of the people that he often meet, but he remember all those thousands of chess games that he had already done. So you set out the chessboard, said Grandpa, putting his paper down. I'll just walk across to the corner shop to see if the newspaper is available. Papa usually buys you, but if you want it immediately, so I can go and catch you for it. I hope you're not going to be as tiresome as your mother, Ravi. So tiresome means irritating here. Treating me like a baby. Has she told you not to let me go out of my own? Told you to keep me as a prisoner here? Has she? So Grandpa looked suspicious to this thought. So he's asking whether she has asked you to imprison me. Ravi felt guilty for a moment, then quickly recovered to say loyally, of course not, Grandpa. Mama would never treat you like a baby or a prisoner. Good, said Grandpa craftily. Then you will have no objection to my going out. So, see, to go to my going out. Okay? So, this is grammatical rule. That is, you can use, after to, you can use ing form if you are using a to my going out pronoun. He picked up his beautiful, shiny black mahogany walking stick with a brass handle. This is a brass handle carved in the shape of an eagle's head. So this is a look like eagle's head. Put on his bright yellow cap and declared, I'll be back home before you can set up the board, Ravi. So just start setting up the board, and once you set up it, I'll be back before that. Off he went, twirling his walking stick jauntily. Jauntily means happily and confidently, leaving Ravi in a dilemma. What is dilemma?
Ma'am, confusion.
Confusion. Dilemma, confusion. His grandfather would feel hurt if he insisted on accompanying him, and his mother would be furious if she knew Ravi had let him go out on his own. So, he is in a dilemma. What confusion he had? Who will answer me? On one hand, on the other hand. Use the concept of on one hand, on the other hand.
Ma'am, on one hand, his mother had told him not to let his grandfather out, and on the other hand, he was forced by his grandfather to go out.
Yes. Okay? So, on the one hand, he might hurt his grandfather's feelings, and the second hand, he might disobey his mother by allowing the grandfather go all alone. He heard the elevator door shut as Grandpa went down. Ravi decided he would follow Grandpa secretly at a safe distance to make sure he come to no harm. So he started following him. Ravi ran out of the building just in time to see Grandpa's yellow cap disappearing round the corner. So he was very much on time just to check where he had gone. Grandpa's first job was the children's park, where he bought himself a paper phone of peanuts. So he purchased some peanuts and settled on a bench watching the children play. Ravi, feeling very foolishly, had to crouch behind a bush trimmed in the shape of an elephant to avoid being seen. So Ravi, feeling very foolish, had to crouch. Crouch means he had to move like this, bend the body low. Behind the bush, trimmed in the shape of an elephant. So he was hiding behind a elephant-shaped bush to avoid being seen. He felt even more foolish when a small child came up to him and asked, are you playing hide and seek? I can show you a better place to hide. So, because it was a children's park, so it was very natural for the kids to approach him, and they asked, are you playing? So, I'll show you a better place to hide. So, this is not a good place to hide. Shh, was all Ravi could say before he felt a shadow fall over him and a loud voice boom. How dare you shoo my child? Who are you? It was the little boy's mother. And he was not saying shoo shoo, he was saying shh. And the mother of that child misjudged the word and she started scolding him. Ravi repeatedly repeated to the lady, I'll see you, you rude boy, said the lady, and picking up her umbrella threateningly. The ultimate humiliation was when Ravi had to crawl out of the park on all fours. So in the same pose, he had to crawl out of the park also, ducking behind the benches, creeping behind the bushes, thanking his lucky stars that Grandpa had not heard the noise and spotted him. So he was saying thank you that at least due to all this chaos, Grandpa couldn't heard the noise and spotted because he might have felt very embarrassed.
Excuse me,
That,
ma'am.
yes, Ayan.
Ma'am, you said that due to this chaos, he did not see.
I'm saying, Ayan, that because of all, during this all chaos, the grandpa didn't notice him.
Yes, okay, ma'am.
Okay? I'm not saying due to this chaos. I'm saying he's saying thanks to the stars that even during this all chaos, while this chaos was happening, the grandpa didn't notice him. Grandpa's next stop was the tea stall, and this time Ravi took position behind a big banyan tree to watch him. Feeling most embarrassed when the vendor sitting under the tree gave him quizzical looks. Quizzical looks means question mark. What are you doing? Why are you hiding? Obviously, someone is hiding, so maybe they are asking that why are you hiding behind him? What do you want? Maybe they can consider him to be a pickpocketer who is hiding behind the tree. And when the best chance comes, he may take away the purse and all.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, he could have just put a tag in his grandfather's pocket.
So this idea is booked by us, and said one lady who was selling plastic combs. So the lady who was selling plastic, used to sell plastic combs, came over there and said, this area is booked by us. In the same tone she might use when she asked to address a gathering without being given a loudspeaker. There is no room for any new vendors. तो जनरली जो वेंडर्स होते हैं उनकी नॉर्मल जो टोन होती है वो हाई पिच होती है because they have to sell many items, attract the people by their voices. So it's very natural for them to have a high pitched noise. So he couldn't imagine how loudly she said, and he felt again embarrassed that he was actually not selling anything and he was not a vendor over there. Okay, so we'll continue with this in the next chapter. It's an interesting.